personal favorite, which is chop wood and carry water, which is for people who have done the unglamorous but essential tasks that projects need. It can be anything, right? From infrastructure testing, that kind of stuff. Yep. That's really necessary. Yeah. And that's what chop wood, carry water is about.
Yeah, this is really great. I would love to see more and more, like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
Thank you, thank you. So, Heba and Yuan, any other ways we can support maintainers?
I can go first.
Sure.
I think the Argo project wouldn't be the same today without the amazing community of users and contributors. It's also important for vendors to pull in feedback from the end user companies. Like Heba mentioned earlier, real-world use cases must influence the projects we are building. And at Acuity, we are working closely with our customers and partners who are using Argo heavily in production to make Argo even better. And I highly encourage more end-user companies to sponsor engineers to contribute back to the projects that they rely on. And since in my experience, the best contributors are usually the users of those projects themselves. And I believe the more you give, the more you receive. And I'm pretty sure it will be rewarding eventually to everyone in this ecosystem.
So true,
yeah.
So true.
Yeah. And adding to this, actually, it's, I would love if we can see more women all around the world come and join us in the community. We wanted to help them. Yes. And I need to express more, to help the experienced women who, took some time off, maybe to take care of their family or, moving the countries or, I've been there, so I can relate.
Absolutely.
We need to, help them get back in the tech domain in easier way, helping them, just, knowing what's new in the world. I can share with you my experience. So I had 3 years off, taking care of my family and moving from countries, so I can relate really. So it was really challenging for me, after 3 years to come back, start, it's like starting from scratch for tech domain. So I was so lucky to have my mentor. He invited me to KubeCon 2019, and he introduced me to SEG release. And everything started then. So, everyone in the community started to help out. They reached out to me, asked if I need any help, and they scheduled, virtual meetings with me, asking if, if they can help. So the encouragement and support is really important. And I believe it's not only the women who can relate to that, but, all parents can relate.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm one of those parents, and it's such a balancing act with 2 kids, work, and being a maintainer. I definitely think supporting and encouraging each other in the ecosystem is very important.
So true. I'm perpetually impressed by what the parents in Cloud Native are able to accomplish. Actually, if I may, I'd like to ask you all an on-the-spot favor. So I think we can do a lot more to create programs to encourage parents to participate in Cloud Native. And I was wondering if you two, with your experience, would be willing to partner with me so that we can release some pilots next year and make an impact.
Yeah, this is one of my dreams, actually.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to get my kids involved as well.
Yes, of course, of course. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Heba and Yuan, for everything that you do for Team Cloud Native, for your insights. I know the audience is so inspired and would like to continue the conversation with you. Where can they find you this week?
So I'll be in all attendees party, Contrib Fest, and I will be in Microsoft booth, and I have a panel that I'm speaking on Thursday.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'll be at the Argo and Acuity booth, and of course, the Contrib Fest.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Heba and Yuan. Heba and Yuan, everybody. Very awesome. These folks are just so inspiring. As Heba said, psychological safety is essential, especially in the maintainer role. They're decision makers, and sometimes they'll make a decision that may not be very popular. And so we're launching a program to support maintainers by helping them protect themselves online. Starting today, all maintainers will have access to a platform called Tall Poppy, which is a digital safety platform that will help them secure their online presence and avoid needless harassment and bullying. If you are a maintainer and interested in utilizing this, please reach out via the project's service desk. As Yuan was saying, security support for Argo has been really essential. Security is, of course, a top priority for the proliferation of cloud native, but it is also, at this point, essential for the world's safety. Super important, but then, yet again, another responsibility for maintainers. So to chip in, CNCF staff has been busy maintaining OSS Fuzz, yes, some staff are maintainers too, and running security audits. I'd like to also give a shout out to Tag Security here. In my conversations with, yes, let's do it. I was speaking with Cert Manager, the recently incubated project, and also folks from Spiffy Spire who are graduated. Both projects mentioned to me how much the presentation that they made to Tag Security when they applied for incubation status changed the game of their security posture. They're so proud of where they stand today, and it's because of you, Tag Security. Thank you so much. Since we're on the topic of security, Cloud Native Security Con, the really popular Colo, was busting at the seams, so it has spun off into its own event, and we're going to have it February 1st and 2nd in Seattle, Washington. I really hope to see you all there. As Yuan said, CNCF's marketing efforts have been a big benefit to projects. This is something we're very proud of and will continue to lean into. These KubeCon Cloud Native Cons, our work with end users, case studies, press releases, is all here for maintainers and contributors to tell their story far and wide. In fact, I encourage any project folks in the room to speak with the CNCF marketing team because they're doing a pretty good job if you look at the numbers. Millions of page views, hundreds of thousands of press articles, lots of blog and YouTube views, and much more. So reach out, we want to help you. When I was speaking with Heba and Yuan, I mentioned ContribFest. I told you that I was going to mention it later too. And I want to share more details. So as I said, it's happening right here at KubeCon Cloud Native Con. You can hack on the projects you like, and they will get the help they need. So I'll be sharing the details of the schedule soon. This is Emily Fox, our co-chair, who really encourages you to go and attend. Actually, going from encouragement, I am going to go to call to action. I would like each and every person in the audience to commit to one of two things. First, either go to ContribFest this week and support, or donate 2 hours of your time this month to a project and help them out. This could be small things, such as fixing typos in documentation, or big things like redoing E2E tests. Your mileage may vary. Anyone willing to contribute, please stomp your feet. Come on, start stomping. I know the Fippies are, I didn't hear that. Is anyone helping people out here? Let's stomp our feet like we mean it, people. Come on. All right. Good stuff. See, maintainers, we're all here for you. Here's the schedule for all you foot stompers. You can take a picture here, and then you'll know where to go, when to go. Oops, was it too fast? Here you go. Sorry. Yes, the team told me, stay there for a second. It's never long enough. All right. It's all very well for us to be making our commitment to contributing. But what about the organizations that many of us work for? Those whose businesses rely on success in open source. Are they doing something to ensure sustained contributions? Well, I spoke with the CNCF Governing Board, which consists of some of the most dedicated companies in Cloud Native. And guess what? I'm happy to report not one member said they are planning to cut back on upstream commitments. In fact, quite a few went much farther. So many of these logos here, they are all people who are going to be increasing their commitments to upstream commitments and have upstream contributions and have given me specifics and numbers of how they're doing it. Some I'd like to call out. Alibaba has declared cloud native as one of the 4 key areas of open source investment and are setting up 9 new domain vice chairs to manage these investments. Boeing, the aerospace company, is going to double its monthly contributors to open source projects in 2023. And Suse Rancher, well, they are going to quadruple the number of developers in their Rancher division to support upstream commitments. Maintainers, look at these names. All of these organizations, and so many more that didn't make it onto this slide because conversations were ongoing, et cetera, are here to support you. They've got your back, and they're committed to upstream contributions and ensuring the future of open source. Go talk to these companies. They're all here in Detroit. They'll be thrilled to chat. And CNCF has your back all through this. For those organizations that are struggling in a challenging economic environment, know that you have our empathy. But please do remember that open source usage increases in downturns. If you're building on top of open source, it behooves you to make sure the projects you utilize are stable. Invest for stability, invest for profits. For all of us over here, let's lead by example and teach people a thing or two. Let's invest in open source and ourselves this week. Soak up everything you can learn from tutorials, sessions, hallway chats. One person you're going to hear from is, right after me, is Taylor Dolezal, our head of end user ecosystem, who's going to share updates and talk about the future of transport. And if you all want to hang out with the amazing Fippies over here, Heba, Yuan, all of us, we'll all see you at the all-attendee party. Thank you so much, and have a great show.
There are so many bright people here today, you know? It's making me kind of wish I brought my sunglasses. It's a little bit hard to see out there. I'm really excited to see so many people. You know, I even had a dream about a muffler last night, and I woke up exhausted. Clearly, we're in Motor City, or at least that's just the deck of puns that I brought today. It's wonderful to be back in Detroit. I used to live nearby in Rochester Hills many years ago. The city looks so different, but there's still that familiar hustle and bustle that I remember. I'm awestruck at the fact that it's been 5 months since our last KubeCon Cloud Native Con EU.